You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed Radio. Welcome to Around the United Nations League Trash Talk Edition. With me in studios, as always, Commissioner Scott Anderson. Commissioner, welcome back.
Hey, here we are. Thank you. I've had a few cups of coffee now. I think I'm ready to go.
Nice, nicely joed up and ready to go. Now, I'm not wasting any time, Commissioner, because the UNL is it's an amazing place for angle-based play. And this past cycle, we had a vicious attack, and now, no respect, no, it's done in a certain way where, the associates have already, had their services requested, and we had a contract out to take care of some hitmen, a lot of new hitmen around here. So, we've gotten, some nice paychecks to get rid of some of them. And this bum like Scavadora goes and, beats up the retiring hitman when we had a contract out for him.
Well, you mean Humongous?
Was it Humongous?
The hitman, yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah. You know what? I'm confusing.
And if you want to call him a bum, I just want to say that Commissioner Anderson is not.
The associates had a contract, and that bum took our contract. So you owe us some money there, Humongous. I couldn't even figure out. I got beat up so badly by CC DeVille that I still can't even get my focus. Look at me. Yeah, but Humongous, you owe us some money because we had a contract for that hit, and you took it from us, and now we're not getting paid. So you owe us some money, sir. Let me tell you, because that's now that I realize that it was Humongous and not like Scavadora, I do apologize, like Scavadora. I know I wanted to put you in that same boat, but when you're a new blood here, I think what's that? The rule of the yard is go after the biggest and best, and he went after the legend, and even though he was retiring, he had no respect. No respect. They didn't even have
Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect.
No respect. So he had no respect for the associates and their contracts. For the hitmen, and but you know what? He's out. He's gone. He let him retire. I know he's going to come back. He said maybe manage a couple wrestlers. So we'll see what happens with the hitmen. Hitmen in the future. But there are a few other hitmen that we still have contracts for. So. Le Hitman, Le Boston, and Le Belgium. Hopefully, Humongous doesn't take those from us either, But
yeah,
Humongous, you better empty your pockets, man, because you owe us some money. Now, we had two of these attacks this cycle. I mean, he goes and attacks the legend on his way out. And then I want to start with this one because this is probably one of our biggest angles of the year. McFleece and Rancher have gone at it, brother, like no other. And it almost seems like when you think he's reached the top, he just ascended into a whole new level, brother. And Aaron McFleece, and again, I don't
Alaska McFleece.
Alaska McFleece, and I say Aaron because he hinted towards the fortune.
He did. There's a hint here that maybe that gravitas.
Yes, and he just hit that switch, and he beat Rancher to the point of just the last breath almost. I'm like, wow, my
continued the beating even after the match was over.
Yeah, it's and so Alaska, you are one sick man, brother. I mean, because I still consider Rick Rancher, now that MRP is retired, the legend status falls on Rancher, and he is one of the legends here. And for you to attack, we had two of the premier, fighters, premier, characters here in the league brutally attack this cycle. And that's just not cool, man. Not cool. You tone it down a notch there, Alaska.
Well, if I may, hopefully Rick Rancher doesn't beat me up, but I think anything that Rick Rancher receives, he has more than earned.
What, Commissioner? What? Rick Rancher
He
is
is
a
a vicious, dastardly fellow.
My goodness, Commissioner. That's a legend you're talking about there. You bring that tone down a bit. Ah,
Are
my.
you really going to be in a position to defend Rick Rancher?
Yeah, now I am, dude. The guy's been, look at him. Jeez, man. Rick
I'm
Rancher is a
not
legend
taking
here.
anything away from his ability
Ah,
to secure wins and titles and championships. Just his moral character, I find perhaps lacking.
oh my goodness, Commissioner. Rick Rancher, you're in my good side right now, brother. I got mad love and respect for Mr. Rancher because legends should be, just like Cece. Cece taught me how to respect legends. Let me tell you.
He's good like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no one ever wants to be on the other end of that beating stick.
Not on the other end of the poison.
Oh man. Now, my goodness, Commissioner. I mean, so that is, and we haven't seen the end of that because there's no way Rick's going to go out on his back. He's not leaving.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in to see, how this I don't want to call it a face turn for Texas because I don't ever see him as a face, but I'm interested to see his retaliation.
Yeah. I definitely think, and it's not easy to keep enough steam going, but I don't see an end to this one. I'm interested to see what happens following the reveal of the insider trading. That's how he got his fortune. The kind of reemergence of Tenbatsu. McFleece managing to defeat Rancher a second time. If Rick Rancher went off the deep end having lost to McFleece in the spring, what's going to happen having lost to him a second time?
Well, I mean, he could come back corporate. I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm telling you, I see good
Right.
things for Mister
I'm
Rancher.
interested. I'm interested to see.
And Mister Rancher, if you ever need help, which I know you don't, but the associates are there, 106 and 107.
106, 107.
We got your back there, Mister Rancher. Best believe that. Oh man. So, speaking of people that have each other's backs, Double Dutch 2000. Well, everybody but Art Deco's back. Art Deco.
the man of 1,000 fashion statements, Art Deco.
No one does plaid the way Art does, brother.
No one.
Oh man. Now, again, they this the success kind of dwindling a little bit. Thankfully, he did manage to become TVB, I should say, managed to bring home that United Nations, even though they lost the international. They that would have been cool if they
Well,
had
Jacob is
both.
still the international champion. So
Oh,
now they do hold. I didn't even think about that. TVB is the United Nations and Jacob is the international.
that's right. He retained
Wow.
his.
Yeah.
You know what? And as I'm saying this, I'm thinking back to the show. Yeah, that's right. They do have both now. Congratulations, Double Dutch.
Nice. Yeah.
So all we got to do is get a belt on Vlexing Vladimir, and
Right.
that's one of those what do they call them? Odd company, odd company,
Yeah.
right there. But
Yeah. But
but
there is a rich history there between those three characters. So it's nice to see them all getting along again.
make some room for Art Deco, please. Come on, guys. Art Deco's a nice.
I mean,
guy.
Art Deco is the mastermind behind the madness.
I keep saying it. They may not believe it from their trash talk. It doesn't look like they care too much for Art,
Well,
but ever
yeah,
since his return, they've been hot.
they have indeed.
Oh man. Now, I'm drawing a blank. I know they've elevated themselves to champion status. Is anybody targeting these guys, or we got to watch out for some people got so much focus on the belts that the angles may not be reaching for them right now, but they got to be careful because once you got those belts, you get that big target on the back of your on your backs. So I'm curious to see what they do with it.
Are you referring to our new World Tag Champions?
Well, yeah, I'm definitely like I said. Anytime you have one of those belts, and now these guys got two of them. So yeah, with the new influx of
Oh,
cha-
you're still talking about Double Dutch.
oh yeah, no,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah, those. But you know what? It's funny you mention our tag champions because yeah, that's a crew right there that they look like they're out for blood. So who knows who they're gonna target next? They got the tag belts.
They are the new tag champions, world tag champions. Not an easy feat. So I don't know if we mentioned it on the other show, and of course everybody listens to both. But in order to challenge for the world tag title, you have to have two national characters together or two international characters together. Which, since the UNL has a limit of two, and managers have one of each, it means that you're teaming with another manager, which I think makes our world tag titles pretty unique. So you're teaming with another manager trying to work together to capture the world tag titles. So shout out to our new world tag champions.
Oh yeah, Black Mass getting it done. Now, I'm glad you said that, Commissioner, because again, this is an angle-based league. I think more than ever here in this league, the collaborations are just phenomenal. I mean, amongst managers between different managers, just so, even to the trash talk. I mean, Solomon and Timbatsu, feeding off of each other.
Yeah.
I know Solomon got the better of him, but believe me, Timbatsu is definitely no one to shy away from a challenge. And oh man,
No.
do you see this one kind of escalating to something bigger and better? Because
Well, I mean,
Solomon.
it's hard to get bigger and better than a tables match, but the tables match, if with Solomon's win, that does tie them up at 1-1.
Mm,
So I mean, I'm kind of seeing a rubber match, but
yeah,
we'll see where they take it. It seems like you know, seems like maybe there's some unfinished business there following the tables match.
yeah. The respect factor is definitely not there amongst them. I mean, they have
No,
none. I mean,
I would
Tim.
say
So I'm curious. I mean, and anytime you have that kind of lack of respect, it can get bloody and ugly quick.
yes, for sure.
Now, just a reminder, this is not an 18 and over league, so yeah, you use your asterisks.
Oh yeah, like Solomon. Solomon got his asterisk in.
He got asterisk in. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But again, that was good stuff, brother. Good stuff. I'm curious to see where that goes because again, both of those two managers, they run some great stuff, and I think if they build up the right team, we could see a phenomenal, either 5, 6, 7 matches if things work out for them. Solomon, again, if Timbatu is a man of few words, Solomon just, maybe
He's
adds a adds another few
a
words.
man of strong words.
Yes. Oh man. Now,
Yeah.
let's see here.
We have some new characters.
Yes. Now,
Psycho Bolt and Skullfire.
Psycho. When I saw these two guys, I mean, this brought back a lot of memories because just I mean, being out of character for a little bit,
Yeah.
or breaking fourth wall. I mean,
Break.
I enjoyed enjoyed those guys there because yeah, shout out to the images and the what is it the
Avatars.
avatars you use, man, for those
Yeah.
guys because it looks like trouble.
Solid choices. I mean, obviously there are popular avatars to pick, and that makes sense. But when you go with avatars like these, like I don't see a lot of people using Bam Bam Bigelow and the Missing Link as their avatars. So it really kind of helps solidify, like these are these characters, right? So kudos.
This is trouble. This is trouble, is what this is. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Psychobolt and Skullfire are definitely
they don't look like two guys to mess with.
no, not whatsoever. And I think it's fitting to the change here in the recent past cycles where everyone's kind of, I would hope Quick Hill survives, but it looks like Quick Hill, maybe on, because I had this in the back of my head. And I when I read the Quick Hill, retirement coming back as a manager, I thought he was gonna, come
Well,
right back with
right.
Quick Hill. So
I
it
think
doesn't.
I think the plan I think that plan has changed. Now
Yes.
I could be wrong. The original plan was to be a manager. I don't know if that is going to happen at this time. We'll see, but I
Well,
don't know if that's going to
when you
happen at
got
this time.
4 million of your, he
Right,
walked away with
right,
4 million,
right.
so he's
And you
taking a
get
breather.
shellackled by humongous. You might be like, you know what? I'm going to take that 4 mil. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go enjoy my retirement for a while, maybe.
Yeah, take a little breather. But yes, I'm curious to see where these two new characters go. Now, we've mentioned these guys before, and I know I just gonna touch on them a little bit more. But Black Mass has made an impact throughout the IWA
Yes,
in their hunt for tag team supremacy.
correct.
And you know, if if you allow me, with the
I'll
current
allow it.
Dead Rabbits and them defeating
Ooh,
Quick Kill in a best of seven is slobber knocker time.
yeah. Right, right, right.
And so the Dead Rabbits already said, hey, you know what? We went after the elite of the elites here in the UNL and we beat them
And they won. Yeah.
and won. So now we have, someone coming into the league and making an instant impact, calling out names, saying, hey, you know what? We're here for tag supremacy. Who's next?
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I'm feeling maybe and I don't want to put the Dead Rabbits in another best of seven series because
Right,
I guess they've proven to one and all that they
right.
are who they are. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but again, maybe something bruised there, maybe something in the future. But yeah, man, it's we got a great tag team division here.
We do.
If you need any oh man, if you think you're an elite tag, manager or flower or whatever you want to call it, come on in because my goodness, yeah,
Yeah,
we got some of the best here, brother.
for sure. I love a good, strong, healthy tag division. Except where it means that I rarely get on the tag team title page. Like
Yeah.
I did happen to win this time, but honestly, I think this is the first time that I've won league or TV tag myself, maybe all year. like, and I
Nice.
would like to consider myself a fairly good tag team wrestler or
Yeah.
manager, and I can't get on the title page in the UNL.
Oh
Not for
man.
tag. I did team with the my fellow Quick Kill Inc. manager for one or two, but me myself, I honestly think this is the first one all year. So we're quite a bit for the
Commissioner. The associates are always there if you need help with 6 man of
106,
competition.
106.
Oh man! Now, as we're scrolling down through the trash talk, just want to reemphasize Cromwell's Corner. Anyone listening, make sure you check that out. It's a great review of the previous cycles, ins and outs. You know, and a great read, brother. I wish I had mastered the English language as well as Mr. Cromwell. So shout out to Mr. Cromwell for
Yes.
putting it as it is.
Yes, he speaks the Queen's English, I think,
Ah,
and so
like it. I like
that's
it.
what makes it. Yeah, that's what elevates it just a little bit.
Nice. Now we mentioned Humongous and his brutal attack.
Yes.
Humongous has is trying to make a claim here, and like I said, Humongous, you owe us some money. But again, don't beat us up, man. Just pay us our money, man. Just give us our money, man. That's all we want, man. You can keep the gold. Just give us a little bit. Now, I had confused Humongous with La Excavadora. I mean,
Yes,
because a bulldozer, Humongous looks like a freaking bulldozer. So
he does. He
easy,
does.
easy to kind of get those mixed up in the head. But it, it it's nice to see quick reveals. I know we waited a long time to get the mask off of the Masked Man, which we'll get into next.
Right.
But this guy, he came in, as this, the devilish character, and you know, we got a reveal. We got a quick reveal, and
Yeah, I dug it. I think it's a great way to get some steam behind a new character. He's got like an advocate, like a manager, a representative, Mr. Donaldson, and he kind of is putting everybody on notice.
yeah,
He's
I
our
mean,
new commissioner television champion.
nice.
Um, he's not messing around. So I find, and I love good use of like managers. I think that's something that I don't do very particularly well. But I think when it's done well, it really adds
Yeah,
to a character. Like we have Mr. Hughesworth, for the Dead Rabbits, and I think it just adds an
yes,
extra dimension. So having this representative, this translator for, could you say his name again for me?
La Excavadora.
Okay, I'm gonna just have you do that because I'm willing to admit where my strong and weak points are, and I'm gonna let you say that name in the best possible way. Um,
Now,
yeah,
I mean, and shout out to their manager, because when trash talk flows, it just flows, brother. And for a minute there, as I'm going through it, and I'm watching this promo, I thought he was gonna get like attacked,
right.
and then all of a sudden they beat up the referee. I'm like, no, where
Yeah.
where's the respect for our referees around
Yes.
here, man? No
Beating up
respect.
our officials, it will not be tolerated. There will be a fairly moderate fine for that.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, it's but hey,
But
he
hey,
got the little extra money.
when you're the two-time China champion, you can deal with a little fine.
Two-time China
Yeah.
champion.
Well, I think he retained.
Wow.
Yeah. And being that, the China championship is yeah, is fairly high, every regional is prestigious, but the China regional title is pretty high up there, so it's not easy to keep. So
Ah, man. I mean, he's gonna be making some more trips out there to Xi Jinping.
yep,
He's gonna go visit Mr. Ping again, and look at him.
yeah,
Oh,
might have
now,
to have another visit.
yes, sir. Now, I know we mentioned briefly that Quick Hill is going through their transformation, or their change of their retirement, and looks like we lost one of them. One of them looks like is going to go,
Yeah,
especially after getting beat up. You need somebody watching your back. So it looks like the Russian Reaper is going to go with Hitman to watch his back and just kind of enjoy the retirement for a little bit. But it
yeah,
was nice. It was nice to see Valen and Naul, kind of. It almost brought a tear to my eye, man. I'm like, oh man,
little heartfelt
yeah.
goodbye.
So
Yes, so
those
raised
guys
goodbye.
there, they were on top of that six man, you know, for the
Yeah,
first 2 years here in the UNL. So no shame there. Walking out with a head up high, brother.
undoubtedly, it is with a heavy heart that Quick Killing comes to an end.
Which is, yeah, it's gonna leave. I do feel bad for two individuals. If I you know the Bushmasters could be on the short end of a, because you never know when you lose a unity like that, and then next thing you know, you got these new up and comers come in. It's that unknown, that fear of the
Right.
unknown. And
Yeah.
the
And
Bushmasters have already hinted towards coming after Valen and Wolves. So I'm curious to see how
they
that
well, they had their tag match at Global's Greatest, and Arya and Naul managed to win that match. But we'll see. Archie takes his wrestling business pretty serious, and I think Brody does too in his own way. right? We don't really kind of see the same seriousness from Brody. But it'll be interesting to me to see how they react to this loss at the pay-per-view. And how will Valen and Naul's friendship, collaboration, alliance change in light of, the end of Quick Kill Inc.?
Yeah, I honestly think, like we mentioned before, Commissioner. I mean, the that fear of the unknown is just, it could be a good or a bad thing with a series like this, because all of a sudden you have these two newcomers coming after you, and you think you have extra help, and now
Right.
your extra help just kind of goes off into the distance. And
Right.
can you keep it together, Valen and Noel? That's what I'm wondering.
We'll see. We'll see. Archie and Brody are as good a newcomers as we've had.
Yes. Now, this man here, we mentioned him already once. Sir Robert Hughesworth and the Dead Rabbits.
Yes.
In my opinion, the biggest impact. I mean, we've had some great newcomers. We've had, Crane. We've had, you know, uh, all of Crane's cronies. From Sabo to Grey Crow through the associates, everyone. And then you had, recent influx, of Black Mass. You've had, the Joneses. Sugar High. You've had so many newcomers, but in my opinion, none bigger than the Dead Rabbits, brother.
It's hard to argue. And when you think now, with this reveal, that in 2019, Bill the Butcher Cutting and Walter McGinn have had a best of 7 against, if I may, the most decorated tag team in UNL history, and won. And Walter Monk McGinn has been having a feud as the Masked Man with Ezekiel Crane for how many months now?
It's nuts. I mean, it's unfathomable. I mean, you have this whole. I mean, it's almost like as if they had no respect for the Quick Kill series. Like, you know what? I got enough extra time. I'm not even tired. I'm gonna go pick on Ezekiel Crane. Like, get the heck out of here. Like, what in the world?
I mean,
wow.
He
and
quotes
then
movies
you
and he messes people up.
And then you win. Bill wins League 5. Oh my! I mean, yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Kudos, shout out. I'm curious as will Ezekiel still be going after Walter McGinn?
I don't think that
he's faced him twice now, and both times the Masked Man, now revealed as Walter McGinn, has messed him up pretty bad. I mean, let's not forget that at the Rumble, he superplexed him onto stairs. Nasty.
Don't remind me. I still have that. Yeah, I mean, and that was only 5 seconds worth.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, shout out to Walter Monk. I mean, like I said, for keeping us entertained here, and this movie quote, since Walter is a man of 1,000 movie quotes.
Yeah.
For him to quote Bugs Bunny is just amazing. This is from Bugs Bunny's Feet of Another Day, right?
No, I don't think so.
Man!
I think it's from Caddyshack, isn't it?
I thought this was from Bugs Bunny.
No.
Man. I'm messing with you. Oh man.
No, I think it's Bill Murray, isn't it? Doesn't he say it in?
Oh, I'm so bad with movies, Commissioner. I just wanted to give Walter Monk a little bit of a hard time, brother. Oh man. But yes, he does manage to sneak in a little movie quote from time to time, and shout out to Mr. McGinn for entertaining us, brother. But yeah, you said Caddyshack?
I think I could be wrong. It's possible. No, it is. Yeah.
You're like, I know it's not from Bugs Bunny.
It is Caddyshack. Yeah. Yeah, Bill Murray. To the groundhog?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
I see the movie,
fine.
But I'm not going to pretend like I know all the quotes, man. But I definitely, like I said, every time he went, or when I realized he was doing the movie quote thing, I was like, I wanted to look it up, but then I was like, I go, no, I can't look it up. I gotta go. We're live,
First
Commissioner
instinct. First instinct. Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. Oh man, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Now, so shout out to the Dead Rabbits and their Bugs Bunny quotes, man, because my good. Oh man, keeping us well entertained here. Now,
Indeed, sir.
now, who was this? Um, La Excavadora.
Yes.
Again, you make an impact, in the league, and again, like you said, you want attention. This is the place to get attention, and
Right.
it looks like and shout out to Mr. Greycrow, who, excuse me, to Jake the Snake Sabo, excuse me, Mr. Sabo,
Yes.
who has he's tried to get steam around here. I mean, he ran
Yeah.
off the dragon.
Right.
I mean, I haven't seen the dragon since. I mean, and shout
No.
out to their manager. We would definitely like to see the dragon return. But when you got someone that has so many cronies like Jake the Snake has, it's tough to you're getting hit from every angle, and it's just not fair. From one, as we'll get into when we get into the backseat of the car match. You go after the associates, and you go after Ezekiel Crane's associates, and yeah, you never know where you're gonna get it from, and looks like they found
That's
their
it.
next target. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And
Scapadora.
I could definitely see a pretty fantastic feud developing between Sabo and the bulldozer.
Yes, yes. I mean, not cool. I mean, to sneak up on somebody, but hey, you know what? It sometimes it's necessary to get your
Sometimes
point across.
got to get noticed, you
Yeah.
know?
Now this must be like one of those friendly snakes, because it's just kind of like sneaking around, so nice
Kind of hanging
slithering,
out.
just kind of hanging out, Hey,
Yeah.
friendly snake, friendly snake.
Friendly.
But the clothesline to the back of the head, not cool.
Clothesline, not so friendly. Yes.
Not so friendly.
Less friendly is the clothesline.
Oh man.
So,
So yeah,
but then,
shout out to Medusa, man. I see Medusa as one of those good snakes, good snakes.
yes.
Oh man,
Then we have Jan Greycrow kind of putting the final dagger into Joe Kona, who signed up for a series and then kind of went a little MIA.
and again, I take it right back to that. You got to who you're signing with.
Yeah.
So
Jan
watch
Greycrow
out.
is no easy win.
No, no. I mean, again, we say this often. This is definitely a marathon pace. If you come in here, don't come in here, thinking that you're gonna be one and done type of thing. Because believe me, the people here are in it for the long run. So
Right.
sign up for a series. Make sure you follow through. Because yeah, if not, you're gonna get a hard reality check. The reality checks here are real. Speaking of realness,
The
they don't.
wrestling is imaginary, but the reality checks are real.
Oh yeah, and they don't get any more real than this one right here, baby.
The
I
backseat of a
will.
car match.
Well, we'll get to that one because I wanna get back into this one a little bit because, you know, the monster issue here. He is now officially. I mean, I want to say, and again, I want to refer to him as his other ego, but I will keep him as Alaska for right now because he hasn't gone there, other than a little hint towards the Fortune 500 moniker. But this angle, Commissioner, I don't want to overlook this angle because this is one of the big ones here.
No, not at all. Like
And
in the running, in a league, like we've self promoted a lot here. Shout out to a certain manager. We've self promoted a lot here, but when you have a league that has as many good storylines as the UNL, when you talk about being a potential feud of the year, which obviously McFleece and Rancher has to be in the conversation for UNL feud of the year, it's got to be good.
Yes, it really. I mean, I want to I want to give Rancher that again. In my opinion, he's the new legend here. I mean, I know Double Dutch's TVB is rising to that legendary status here because he's been here
Yeah.
a while, and now that he's the UN champion, him and Double Dutch are rising to that. As legends leave, as legends retire, new people fill those shoes, and I think TVB is right there. So you
Oh,
know,
for sure.
what comes with a legendary status is, yeah, you're gonna be targeted, brother. And I want to see how Rancher reacts because I think that's gonna be the pace setter for this upcoming year.
Yes.
Because it lies on him. I mean, his legendary status is unquestionable, even though his acts maybe, even though his acts maybe, but the status is
but
definitely not questionable, brother.
yeah.
So now,
But his inability, however, to beat Alaska McFleece, we'll see where that drives him.
well, and I don't think it'll ever tarnish his legendary
Oh
status.
no, without a doubt. Without a
But
doubt. He is
but
solidified.
yeah, but I think it will, maybe escalate McFleece into that next level, and so maybe TVB McFleece, comes from this, if Rancher is,
Yeah.
kind of needs a breather,
Yeah.
because sometimes you got to step back a little bit to kind of refocus. His partner in crime, or former partner in crime, Flexing Vladimir, is now with Double Dutch.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe McFleece, has drawn Rancher into a new form, a new era, a new maybe a face-ish type, corporate Rancher. Maybe come on,
I mean, I can't
join our
imagine
side.
it. I can't
What?
imagine it, but we'll see. We'll
What?
see. Stranger things have happened.
What?
I mean, if Mick Foley can be Dude Love, Rick
Right.
Racher can be
If
corporate.
if if if
No,
Kane can be corporate, Rick Rancher
yeah.
can make a corporate.
I believe you mean Righteous Justice Washington, currently residing in the BBL.
Nicely done. Look at you. Look at you. Plug a little plug for our
Yeah.
brothers in the BBL.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man. Now this one here, Commissioner. I've never seen something like this.
No. This is a one of a kind.
Yes. Now, I mean, to question the honor of a bronze and Purple Heart recipient, to question his integrity is one thing. Then you suplex him
Right.
in his wheelchair
Right.
onto a step,
Right.
and, and you still want to keep. I mean, where is the respect for our military? Where
Apparently
is the
not with
respect,
Walter Monk McGinn.
for our service? Yeah, apparently not. Apparently
Yes.
not.
Yes.
Now, and kudos to Ezekiel Crane and the associates for, I mean, he signed it. He signed the
Unsanctioned.
stipulations. Yeah, I mean, he's the one that asked for this. He wanted this. It's in the clause for his contract that he could do certain things outside the lines, and so I mean, I'm surprised we haven't got sued more, but he's signing on the dotted lines. No one's forcing him.
Unsanctioned.
No one has a gun to the back of his head. These are on his own terms, and
And I will say we question the moral fiber of Walter Monk McGinn, but Ezekiel Crane has this backseat of a car match, so he's kind of even the odds. But then he uses Thomas Escobar and Benjamin Felix, and it's essentially a 3-on-1 match.
what? No, Commissioner.
Yes. Don't
Oh, wow, unbelievable. Jeez, man. I mean, who the hell?
don't you Bobby Heenan me. This is a 3-on-1 match right here.
He was driving. How could he help with? Oh, he. Yes, I mean, amazing write up. I mean, my
Oh
goodness. I
yeah.
mean, like I said, to have this kind. I mean, if you haven't read it, go take a peek.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is one to save. Like,
Oh,
this is not just one to read. This is one to save.
yes.
If newer players or players looking to expand on their TT or grow their TT or kind of think about what makes trash talk interesting or match write-ups interesting, this is, to me, as good as it gets. This is an A-plus home run.
Yes.
This is one to save.
And to add to that, I mean, Commissioner, I mean, we talk about how, ankle-based play, just this has flowed from the start. I mean, both of these guys have gone back and forth, and then to put the cherry on top, they collaborate the backseat of the car match, and I'm like, dudes, wow, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
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 Shout
It's so
shout
good they
out to
printed
both.
it twice.
Yes. That's how you know that that
That's
the
how you
managers
know.
are, yeah, you know that they're collaborating because they both wanted to make sure it got in and both of them sent it in. And yeah, amazing, brothers. I mean, I'm curious to see where it goes next because the damn
Yeah.
associates put their, we're so distracted. We had to deal with poison, and now the humongous taking our contracts. We got these,
Calling out the
the,
hitmen.
yeah, the hitmen, the Belgium and Boston hitmen are that's all we do. We may not win gold, but we have contracts that we have to, you know, and it just now we just got more competition for contracts. Not good
Right.
around here,
No.
guys. Oh man. So Mister Belgium and Mister Boston, we are coming for you, and humongous pay up. Dang it.
Yes. Well, and
Oh,
part of the stipulation to this match was that if Ezekiel Crane could win, he would be the masked man, or the masked wrestler, excuse me, would have to take off his mask, right? And of course, uh, Walter McGinn manages to win, but as he's falling out, stroke of genius. As he's falling out, Ezekiel Crane grabs the mask and pulls it off.
yes.
So we do get our reveal, even though Ezekiel Crane didn't win the match, he won the day, if I may. Like, he lost the battle but won the war. He revealed who the masked man was.
Oh, yeah. I'm curious to see where it goes because I said we are all Ezekiel Crane, and this is definitely not over. I can guarantee you that, Commissioner.
And of course, we got a wonderful movie quote, of course, which was apropos and very fitting, from Walter McGinn, as he finishes by tossing Ezekiel Crane one more time over the trunk of the car, just because winning isn't enough.
Oh yeah. Now that one I know where it's from. By the way, that one I do know.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because you can't ever mistaken a Rambo quote like. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm like, bro, are you messing with me? You gotta be messing with me.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
If
Though,
that was
Commissioner.
Rambo, that would be hilarious. So,
Oh man, Commissioner. Like I said, that's what makes this league, so exciting and so much fun to be in, brother. Because yeah, there's just a lot going on. And shout out to all those managers playing. I do know I know myself. Guilty as charged. Sometimes run into time constraints, so I can't get as much trash talk as I would like to get on. But if you ever want to come on this show, if you ever want to come on and go over some trash talk or get some more insight to your character, or if you just want to do a manager show, reach out to me, reach out to the commissioner. We'll try and make it happen, even as limited as our time are. We definitely want to get anyone that wants to get on and have a few words. So,
yeah,
oh man, Commissioner, we got through it, Commissioner.
we
Did we
did.
miss anyone?
I don't think so. I mean, we have the associates on the back.
What? We talked about those guys the whole damn show.
Yeah,
The
we
hell with
did. We
those
did.
guys,
We did.
bums.
106, 107.
Oh man, for all your tag and hitman needs,
Yes. Yes.
come at us.
Yes.
And that was I don't know if you caught it, but
Rubber tag.
I definitely like the way you're using the hitman mask, the little the ski mask.
Yes.
So that's why I had to add the little ski mask for my
Nice.
Boston and my
Nice.
Belgium hitman
Yes.
friends.
Nice. Nice. When in Rome, as they say.
Yes, hitman, we're coming for you. But Commissioner, we're going to go ahead and sign this one off. You've been listening to the Around the United Nations League Trash Talk Edition here with Commissioner Anderson and myself, IWA Flip. Till next time, we'll see you guys.